Welcome to Whiskey and Wonder.
Hello, friends. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
This is Whiskey and Wonder, and if you are on YouTube, you can see that we are so excited to have friend Morgan in the pod chair this week.
Hi, friend Morgan.
Hey.
So we are so happy to have her here. She's going to drink along with us, and she's going to learn along with us this week as I teach something this week. But before we get too far into that, we are Whiskey and Wonder, where we whiskey and we wonder. And sometimes we do it backwards. Sometimes we wonder and then we whiskey.
It really all just depends on our mood.
Absolutely. Morgan, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump in here?
Yeah.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
Wow. Let's see. I'm Morgan. And I love this podcast.
She is legit one of our number one fans. We absolutely adore her.
For sure.
She gave us this awesome gift when she got here that Megan and I are already like eyeballing each other over. So it is a homemade wine. What flavors did you say it was?
It's got orange and mango and cinnamon. Also agave syrup, and it's the summer blend. So we have pineapple in it as well.
Ooh.
Sounds so good.
It does. So we may be having some wine towards the end of Whiskey and Wonder today.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes. You can check us out at whiskeyandwonder.com or youtube.com/whiskeyandwonder. If you like and subscribe us, it helps us so much. You have no idea how much it actually helps.
It really does. So just, quick little like button. Awesome. Share us with your friends. Follow us. Do all the things.
Yeah, shares are huge. We try to we're getting a little more content coming for you guys. I'm about to have more free time, so that's going to help as well. Instagram, we're at Whiskey Podcast. You can find us. You can email us at contact@whiskeyandwonder.com. And if you feel up to donating, you can find us at paypal.me/whiskeyandwonder or patreon.com/whiskeyandwonder. And all this stuff and other places you can contact us are all going to be on the screen on YouTube, as you can see, and in the show notes if you're just listening. So check those out, and we appreciate it. So let's jump into some announcements here. As always, it seems like we cannot get rid of these 3 stickers. We literally just have 3
we have
stickers
3
left.
stickers left.
Somebody take these stickers. They are $1 each. $1. That's it. I can't even hold them up right. $1. You can find those on our website. And we also have whiskey tumblers. We still have a good amount of those left if you wanted to snag some of those. Did you ever get your parents theirs?
Listen, my dad will be here. My dad will be here in next
2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks. So,
okay.
I mean, just
eventually they'll make their way to you guys. Whenever you come visit Megan, you'll get your glasses.
I guess you have to visit me to get it. Sorry.
If you guys want to send me your address, I'll make sure something gets shipped. Papa Cross, you're already coming out here, so you're kind of committed at that point. But Mama Leona, I will ship you one if you'll send me your address.
I suck. I know.
Or however many she got. I don't remember how many she got, frankly. I'll have to check.
She got 4.
Yeah, I'll have to check our spreadsheet. As always, as well, we're looking for guests and guest drinkers. Come join us, hang out. Morgan's here. She's hanging out. Yep. Excited to try a new whiskey for you. Have you ever had what we're having today?
No.
Never? All right. So we're excited. We're hoping this is going to be some of the good stuff.
I hope so.
Came out of the back of the cabinet. So, and before we move too much further, as always, we kind of touched on it earlier. Thank you guys so much for the donations, for the support. It goes really far. It helps us bring this to you. We appreciate it. Liking, subscribing, sharing us with your friends. Anybody that drinks whiskey or that likes kind of topics we talk about, give us a share. It goes a long way in helping us grow this podcast and bring you better and funner and extra content.
Yeah.
So
For sure. And you do not have to like whiskey to like this podcast. Big thing to
absolutely.
remember.
Absolutely. So on that note, let's go ahead and move on.
The open segment.
All right. So I think we should let me start over.
Okay, Megan.
I think we should start this open segment with that question you asked me earlier.
So, I've been like staring dead ahead, like right in front of my vision, there is a can of hairspray. And as you can see, Tyler does have a luxurious mane of hair.
Oh yeah, it's more for my beard.
But why do you have hairspray in our recording studio?
So I actually have this. I've had this for several years now, believe it or not. So to make a long story short, the reason I bought this in the first place is that obviously I have a dog. When my dog was a puppy, he went through a very bad chewing phase when he was teething, and he stole a Sharpie off of my nightstand and chewed the bejesus out of it until it busted all over the carpet in my apartment. What does this have to do with hairspray?
Yeah.
Exactly. I found on the internet that hairspray and rubbing alcohol would take Sharpie out of carpet, and it did.
Really?
I think it was rubbing alcohol. Google it before you do that. Don't hold me accountable if you ruin your carpets. But hairspray, and it was like either peroxide or rubbing alcohol or something like that, and water basically took it out. And I got it completely out of the carpet
Wow.
of my apartment. They had no idea. Anyway, flash forward a couple years. I purchased something at an REI garage sale that was slightly damaged. Excuse me. And if you're at all familiar with the REI garage sale, they put a big X in Sharpie on it. And it was a backpack. And there was something minor wrong with it that I wanted to see if I could send it to the manufacturer to repair. And so I tried my damnedest to use that hairspray and alcohol or whatever it was and a toothbrush and get that black X out of that backpack. And I failed so badly.
Oh no.
I guess it only works with carpet.
Oh,
But
no.
so I'm 1 for 2 as far as getting Sharpie out of stuff. So
I mean, those are all right odds.
Yeah.
the can is there because I was in this room when I was doing it. It got set down there, and that's where it's lived ever
And
since.
it just lives here now. Okay.
I will probably get rid of it now. I kind of forgot it was over there. So, yeah, that's why it's there.
Okay. Well, I mean, that
Yeah.
makes more sense than I was thinking it would. So, all right.
I'm curious, what was your theory on why it was there? Did it have
well-
something to do with hair?
Well, you started talking about Bo, and I was scared you used hairspray on your dog.
That's what I was thinking.
No, no,
I was
I wouldn't get that crazy with
getting
him.
a little worried. Originally, I don't know. I thought maybe it was for model building, or I honestly don't know what I thought.
Okay.
I just saw. I thought it was dry shampoo originally, so I don't know. I thought it was something.
I don't bathe. No, it's not. It's hairspray. I gotta keep these locks.
Oh,
The slowly receding locks. I gotta keep them in place. So what's been going on with you guys? How's y'all's week's been?
I've been pretty good. I feel like I never have anything to talk about during these.
You know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. That means your life is laid back and chill and just relaxing.
That is true. I'm looking forward to my dad coming. And I already have started my research for at least I think it's going to be next week's. I think I've decided to do. I started that middle of this past week, so I'm excited.
A thought just occurred to me.
Mhm.
What's gonna happen when like 1 week? Let's say you started research on your topic, and my
Mhm.
topic this week is your topic.
If that is the case, one, I would be shocked and awed. I don't think we're going to have the same topics.
I don't think so either, but there is definitely a
But-
chance.
But if that is the case, then I just crumple up what I've worked on so far and move on to something else.
Fair enough.
So.
Morgan, how's your week been? You've been awful quiet so far.
Good week so far.
Good week.
So far. Well, we're gonna be going camping next week with my dog for the first time.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to that. But this past week we actually did backyard camping.
Nice.
Oh,
So that way he
cool.
can kind of get used to it because we didn't know how he was gonna go. So
Yeah, how'd he
instead of-
do?
he actually did very well. So
Oh,
it was just like he
yay.
was in a room. So
That's
it's gonna do
awesome.
great.
That's
So-
so good.
I love it.
I
Yeah.
absolutely love taking bow camping with me. We haven't been too much this year, but time gets away from you, you know, but it's getting to be fall time. So we were actually talking about having so I've got a fire pit in my backyard that I built when I bought the house. And Shelby and I were talking about, since the weather got just a little bit cooler than it has been, having a fire last night. We ended up not doing it just because I have a new medicine that I'm taking
Mm-hmm.
that makes me drowsy and
Oh,
what's the word? Groggy. Makes
Yeah.
me drowsy and groggy when I take it. So like I took it and then about a half hour later was just like basically what it is. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on here or not. I have so every job I've worked since college has been outside. I just worked outside, and my arms, like my forearms up to my shoulders and the back of my neck, will just itch uncontrollably, to the point where like I don't have any good spots. That there's one spot on my wrist right here that was itching. You can see I've scratched it until it's bled.
what are you allergic
Yeah.
to?
I'm not allergic to anything.
Oh,
That sounds
it's-
wow.
It's either it's nerve issues from either sun damage or like spine issues. I just went to the dermatologist about it, and they told me to talk to my doctor. My doctor gave me these pills that are like supposed to be anti-itch pills. I forget, histo something or another.
antihistamines? No,
No, that's for
No,
like
that's
your
not
nose
right.
running, right?
it's for something, but
yeah,
not.
yeah. No, it's
not
it's like
itchy.
it's like a histo something. And anyway, she told me that they were going to make me drowsy and groggy and whatnot, and not to take them if I had to be up the next morning, but to take them whenever I itched. And I was itching so bad yesterday. Oh, it looks like we just had a glitch there where the camera.
And hopefully that didn't mess up anything. So as Tyler does that,
There we go.
All right, itchy Tyler, go on.
Yeah. So anyway, it's the most frustrating thing I've ever experienced in my life, to have an itch that you literally cannot scratch. You can scratch it and it just
It never
does not
goes
go
away.
So
That sounds awful.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, my doctor said if these meds don't work, she's got another one she wants to. Essentially, there's med 1, med 2, and then like going to neurology to figure out what's going on with my nervous system
Oh my
and
gosh.
my nerves. Yeah. So
Wow. Okay.
yeah, we'll see. It's probably just like some kind of pinched nerve or something in my back that doesn't hurt, but it just is like,
Causes itches.
yeah, it's like on the nerves that run down my arms that causes itches. Because yeah, it's weird. I wouldn't wish this on anybody, because there have legitimately been nights where I've been dead asleep and I've woken up and like, I gotta scratch this,
Oh,
and then it's like hell trying to fall back to sleep because I'm itching.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, so it's been a while since I've had it that bad, and it's always worse in the summer whenever sun's out.
Makes sense.
So-
You need to get those those baby like gloves that you wear in your sleep, or that babies wear, so they can't like hurt themselves.
Actually, I called it my cone of shame.
Oh no!
Essentially, it was the same thing. I bought the like the arm sleeves, the like athletic sleeves,
Mhm.
compression sleeves, and I would wear those basically 24/7, at least on my left arm, last summer.
I actually remember you doing that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you in
Yeah,
those.
but it was so I could not scratch. Like I couldn't get to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it also kept the sun away from it. So
I mean, yeah, it's a smart idea.
Yeah.
yeah, I just it literally it's my cone of shame. Like I'm like a dog. I can't not scratch it. And, you know. So anyway, you guys got anything else y'all want to share in the open segment?
I think I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're looking toward a new house. So.
Do what?
New house.
You guys got a new house?
Yeah.
The one over here, or
No,
y'all moving again?
we're still right now temporarily with our parents. So we're getting it built. So.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations!
nice!
So,
Congratulations!
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So where is this one?
Oh, it's over, I believe, Oakboro?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My parents.
Right there, Stanfield.
Yeah,
over
my
there.
parents live in Stanfield.
Oh, that's
I was born and raised out there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, go figure, huh?
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats to you guys.
Thank you. We're hoping at the end of the year, but with delays, we've been working on Windows that's been delayed for about a month. So
Oh yeah.
It is a rough time
Yes.
to build one because just supply shortages are everywhere.
Yes.
You know, it's just
Mhm.
yeah, it's a struggle. But
Yeah.
that's awesome.
That is
hopefully,
amazing.
hopefully everything gets done and it's you guys' dream house.
yes, it
For
is.
sure. That is
Yes,
awesome.
yay.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Lucky.
congrats again.
Like super lucky.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you. Adulting.
Yeah, for real. I've had too much adulting in my life lately. All right, y'all want to go ahead and move on? We'll talk a little bit about what we're drinking today.
Sure.
Sure.
Opening the bottle.
All right. So today we are drinking Four Roses Small Batch.
This was a request by a listener,
Yes.
and it's been a while, but we have finally gotten around to it.
It began when Paul Jones Jr., the founder of Four Roses Bourbon, became smitten by the beauty of a Southern belle. It is said that he sent a proposal to her, and she replied that if her answer were yes, she would wear a corsage of roses on her gown to the upcoming grand ball. Paul Jones waited for her answer excitedly on the night of the grand ball. When she arrived in her beautiful gown, she wore a corsage of 4 red roses. He later named his bourbon 4 Roses as a symbol of his devout passion for the lovely belle, a passion he thereafter transferred to making his beloved 4 Roses bourbon. According to master distiller Brent Elliott, while exact details vary by batch, the average batch size is approximately 250 barrels. Barrels are typically 6 and 7 years old, with nothing younger than 6 years, and occasionally barrels aged as much as 8 years old. As a result, the average age per batch is typically around 6.5 years old.
So if you're on YouTube, you saw Morgan and I like silently communicating on how much to pour, and then so I poured mine. I told him at the beginning before we started recording, I was like, it's been a week. I need a heap and helping. And I didn't realize exactly how much I poured, but I poured a heap and helping in Megan's glass, and so I said, I'll just take this glass, and
Yeah, I
Megan
don't
can
want that
have
one.
the other one.
But yeah, so Four Roses small batch is a combination of 4 of their, or small batch is 4 of their whiskeys combined, apparently, and mixed together. So we're going to see what this is like. I believe I saw on the Four Roses website that the 2021 recipe has won, 2021 excellent, highly recommended, finalist, great value, 94 points at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge. Don't know what that means, but apparently good things happened at the Ultimate Spirits Challenge for the 2021 small batch for roses. So
I pulled out my handy dandy flavor wheel here. This came, we got this, it was either last week or the week before. I don't know if we ever posted a picture on social media, but I'm going to hand that to friend Morgan there. Oh my God, this camera is cutting off. Why is it cutting off?
I don't know.
We have a ghost in the room.
It's too early for Halloween. No, it's not. Halloween is forever. Every day. I mean, should I talk about what I smell?
Yeah, go ahead and talk about what you smell.
I am getting dark chocolate and orange in my first taste, or not taste, my first smell. I have not tasted it. But yeah, dark chocolate for sure, orange. It reminds me of those orange chocolate balls that come out during the holidays that you like smash on the table.
Oh yeah, I know what
Yes.
you're talking about.
Yeah, and they like turn into orange slices. That's my like heavy nostalgia stick that's beating me on the head right now. Tyler, do we need a pause?
No, we're going to keep going. I'm going to work this out as we go.
Okay.
I'm going to interject with what I was smelling. Definitely citrus. Definitely got the orange in that. A little bit of burn your nose hairs. Not too much sweet. Maybe just a hint of a woody, earthy tone.
Yeah, maybe like a soily.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely get the orange.
Yeah. So we are supposed to be smelling. I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Oak. So there you go. Citrus fruit and a hint of spice. Caramel. Light but approachable. Let's see what their actual website says that we should be.
Oh my.
Smelling mellow spice, rich fruit, hints of sweet oak, and caramel. Okay, so apparently I'm the only one that's getting dark chocolate, but I swear that's what I'm smelling over here.
I can smell a little bit of that caramel in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think now that I'm looking for it, I can pinpoint it. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in what this is going to taste like. Tyler is still messing over there, so I don't know. Do you have anything else to add, Tyler, to the sniffs?
I do not. I am still messing. We have things back. So I'm gonna let you guys in a little behind the scenes secret here. We are using technology. Oops. We are using technology today that I have tried very hard to get set up, but I have not used it. I have set it up and tested it, but I have not tested it over a lengthy period of time. And essentially what I'm doing is using a GoPro as Morgan's webcam. And for whatever reason, the GoPro keeps it's not shutting off, but it's like shutting her feed down for whatever reason. So I'm not entirely sure why that is. So I'm going to keep messing with that as we go through and trying to prevent that from happening.
All right. So as you were talking, I took a taste. Initially, it's a very dry wood taste on the tongue. Definitely getting some heat. I don't know what kind of heat I would put this at. I don't think it's a mint heat. I'm thinking it's more on the like pepper level.
Like,
Yeah,
like fiery heat.
Yeah, fiery.
Yeah.
Fiery heat.
Yeah.
It's to me, it's more of a cinnamon heat. Like it's definitely got the fire, but on my tongue, it's being I hate to use this word, but it's the word that came to mind. It's being peppered the way my tongue is peppered when I chew Big Red. So it's not I wouldn't call it, for me, peppery. It's more cinnamony. But you're right, it is a very dry, very on the tip of my tongue, I noticed it was very just woody,
Yeah.
oaky.
Yeah,
You
very
know?
very woody, very dry. I definitely disagree with your cinnamon spice. I think it is more of a fiery pepper spice. Reminds me of the sensation I get when I have like hot sauce on a burrito or something. So that's where I'm going with mine.
I agree
Wow.
with that one. Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Thank you, Morgan.
Yeah.
It does not. Maybe it's because right on the. Where are you getting the spice? Is it on your tongue or is it? Because I'm getting it more down here.
I'm getting it on my tongue.
I
Yeah.
see. I'm not. I'm getting it more down here,
Hmm.
and the spice I am getting on my tongue is like that of Big Red.
Huh.
So that's interesting.
Definitely. I'm overwhelmed by the wood oak that is going on. I don't know. I am thinking that's
I think that's what's making it that dry.
yeah. Yeah, it's very earthy.
Yeah.
I've been trying to look for like some of the fruit or the sweet we got in the smell, and I feel like
I'm not tasting much of.
I'm not either. I'm feeling like it's just getting overpowered
citrus?
by yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got no citrus at all. I did get a I don't really know what flavor it is per se, but there's a lingering flavor in the back of my throat that I can't put my finger on.
I think that might be the caramel.
Really?
That's what it kind of like very slight.
I can see that. Yeah.
I could see that.
I can
It's
see that.
hanging
Yeah.
around as an
Mhm.
aftertaste.
And that time I also got sweet on the front end as well as oaky. Maybe it was more the front to mid.
Was that because you just took a sip of Mountain Dew though?
I don't think I actually took a sip of Mountain Dew. I think I grabbed the bottle too and the camera jacked up
Oh.
again.
Okay.
So I think I put it back. It might have been. I might have taken a sip and just not realized it.
All right.
No, if I let it sit on my tongue, I get a vanilla-y sweetness.
All right. Supposed to be tasting ripened red berries, dried spice, rich oak, cherries, rye. So I can maybe see the cherry if
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I didn't get any fruit in this at all. Oh, excuse me. I must be broken.
Yeah.
No, I'm having to
getting
really
fruit.
look for like a cherry, and
Yeah.
it's like a tart cherry, like a Rainier cherry, not a normal cherry.
I'm not getting any fruit.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not getting any fruit.
The finish is soft, smooth, and pleasantly long. Yep, long in duration. Gives a dimension of flavors present. Oak, caramel, come forward against a backdrop of rye spice and seasoned oak. So yeah, that is the caramel that's kind of lingering there afterwards.
All right. Dang, I had something I wanted to say, but it is just poof. I was thinking about that damn camera again, and it got me. It sucked that thought right out of my brain. Well, I guess on that note, we'll just move on unless you guys have something else you wanted to add.
No?
All right, we'll move on and we'll jump into the Wonder segment.
It's time for the Wonder segment.
All right, it is my time to teach. And so I figure I'm going to. So I had a list of topics, and this, I'll spoil it, it's a person.
Okay.
This person has been on the list for a while. But I had another topic come to mind yesterday. I was watching a documentary, and it sparked me thinking about something else. And I almost switched to the other topic, but I put it on the list because it's more of an. It's going to be very hard to research that topic, I feel.
Okay.
So, but anyway, today's topic is about Maria Salomea. Oh, damn these names.
Don't hurt
today.
yourself.
Skłodowska, a.k.a. Marie Curie.
Oh, I am excited for this.
Me too.
So, I'm not even going to try that name again. Maria was born on November 7th, 1867 in Warsaw, Poland, to two well-known teachers. She was the youngest of the 5 children. Poland actually at this time was known as the Kingdom of Poland and was controlled by the Russian Empire. Her father, oh boy, I'm going to spell this for you, and then I'm going to tell you how I think it's pronounced. Well, I'm going to pronounce it. I think it's called Vladislav, but it's pronounced W. Lady Slaw. Literally, Wladysslaw. W. Lady Slaw. So anyway, her father, Vladislav, taught physics and math, but eventually the Russian authorities eliminated laboratory instruction from Polish schools. Her father took the opportunity to take the lab equipment home, where he taught his children how to use it. By the time she was 10 years old, though, Maria had lost her mother due to tuberculosis and her oldest sister to typhus. She had begun attending an all-girls boarding school, and shortly afterwards, she attended a gymnasium for girls. Now, a gymnasium is apparently the equivalent of secondary or high school for us Americans.
Okay.
So,
Interesting word for
yes.
high school, but all right.
Shortly after she graduated from the school with top marks, Maria was sent for a year to live in the countryside with some of her father's relatives due to a collapse. So it sounds like she passed out or, had what's the word? Anxiety attack or something like that.
Yeah.
It's thought that this collapse may have been caused by depression.
So yeah, like an anxiety attack.
Yeah, basically.
She's a woman, so just send her somewhere else.
Well, I mean, at that time, that was like, you need to go to the sea. The air will help heal you.
Open air, yeah.
That was it. But anyway, she ended up returning to Warsaw, and she tried to enroll into a university, but was rejected because she was a woman. So Maria and her older sister, Bronislava, became
Spell that one.
Bronislawa. Bronislava.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like the room is lava in a way. So Maria and her older sister became involved with a Polish patriotic university, which did accept women. But soon the two decided to pursue other universities, and they agreed on a deal to help one another. Maria would work and send financial support to her sister while her sister was completing her medical studies in Paris. And her sister, I keep hesitating because I've typed the name, but I don't want to say it again.
Vladislava.
Bronislava would do the same once she had finished her studies in 2 years. So basically, Maria was going to work to put her sister through college, and her sister was going to work to put Maria through college, essentially.
I feel like that is a bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Okay.
So the young Maria took a job as a governess for the Zawaski family, who were distant relatives of her father. I didn't know what a governess was.
It's a nanny, right?
It's basically a live-in tutor.
Okay.
So kind of like a nanny, but like they teach.
Okay.
A little more
Yeah.
teaching. Over time, she fell in love with their son, Kazimierz. But the parents didn't like the thought of their son marrying a penniless relative.
How old? Does it talk about the age? Sorry to interrupt you.
I don't have their age, but their age, they were like late teens.
Okay, that just
Yeah.
a teacher falling in love
Love with
with
it.
her student makes me like heebie-jeebie.
Oh, I think they were about the same age, if memory serves.
Okay, that's not as
Yeah, they were.
heebie-jeebie.
Yeah, they were also distant relatives. Like,
Oh, I forgot about that part.
yeah, So, anyway, nothing more ever developed between the two, but both were heartbroken. It's even actually known that Casimir's, during his old age, he would regularly visit a statue of Maria in front of the Radium Institute, which she founded in 1932. He would actually go on to be a well-known mathematician in his own right.
Apparently,
But-
she was a good teacher.
Yes,
Mother fucker.
Oh, I know what the issue is on this.
Do we? Are
Yeah,
we?
we're gonna pause for a
All
minute.
right, guys, we will be right back.
Oh.
Nope. Okay.
There we go. We are back now. I'm just gonna have to fuse these videos together. It looks like that's okay. Well, that was interesting. It's been a while since we've had to stop in the middle of one of these, but we soldier on. Hopefully, that's the last camera issues we have. And I need a drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So, to summarize, back where we were with Marie Curie, she has had her heart broken. She lost her mom, lost her sister, didn't get into a university because she's a woman, made a deal with her sister to help put each other through school.
Mm-hmm.
Not in that order. So like I said, she fell in love with Casimir's. His parents didn't like it. And he regularly, like you could tell it impacted him in his life because he regularly would visit her statue. All right. So let's pick up here. In 1890, Bronislava, her sister, invited Maria to join her and her new husband in Paris to begin attending the university. However, Maria was not able to afford tuition and would not earn enough money for another year and a half. Her father, who by this time had worked his way back into a more prominent job, because like I said earlier, they cut out basically his job from the schools, he agreed to help. Even with the assistance, Maria was not able to leave for Paris until late 1891, so almost about a year and a half later anyway. During this time, Maria continued being a governess, all while continuing to study herself, learning from tutors, books, exchanging letters, and having conversations with other scientists. Her first true scientific training came at the Flying University, which is that Polish patriotic university I mentioned earlier that her and her sister were involved with. Excuse me. Here she worked in a chemical lab that was run by her cousin, Joseph Boguski, who had served as an assistant to the famous Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev. Toward the end of 1891, Maria left Poland for Paris, where she continued her studies of physics, math, and chemistry. At the University of Paris, she became known as... And
Oh,
the camera goes again.
His face.
And
Just the defeat on Tyler's face.
and
Just
it's back. I don't know what is happening with this GoPro. I've tested it, but not for this long. So I'm going to look up what is happening as soon as we're done. This will never happen again. I swear to God. Anyway, it's working now. So at the University of Paris, she became known as Marie, not Maria. It's said that she would study during the day, tutor during the evenings, but would still barely earn enough money to get by. She would often be so wrapped up in her studies that she'd forget to eat and would even go so far as to keep herself warm during the winter months by wearing all of her clothes at once.
Oh.
I've always said I like winter better because you can always put more clothes on. Summertime, you can hit that base layer of just nude, and if you're still hot, you're
still hot.
You're still hot. You can't get any. You can't lose anything. Anyway, side note, personal rant. Everything paid off. All the struggles and whatnot paid off because in 1893, Marie had earned a degree in physics. Soon after, she began working in a lab for Gabriel Lippmann, where she investigated the magnetic properties of various steels. The degree in physics just wasn't enough for Marie, and she decided to continue studying at the University of Paris while still working, and with the aid of a fellowship was able to earn a second degree in 1894.
She's a boss-ass bitch.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Soon she met Pierre Curie, who was an instructor, and I'm only saying this once. He was an instructor at the City of Paris Industrial Physics and Chemistry Higher Education Institute. ESPCI is what I'm going to refer to it as in the future because that is way too long of a name.
Fair.
They were introduced by a fellow physicist who knew that Marie was looking for a large lab and thought that Pierre could provide the resources she desired. Despite him not having a large lab, Curie was able to give Marie what she needed, and she soon began working in his lab. The two quickly became close, drawn together by their passion for science, with Pierre eventually proposing marriage. Originally, Marie refused, since she was still planning to return to Poland, but Pierre agreed that he would move with her, even if it meant, quote, even if it meant being reduced to teaching French, end quote.
Oh, true love.
During the summer of 1894, Marie did return home to Poland, looking to find a position in her chosen field, but was denied a place due to her being a woman, specifically at Krakow University. Pierre urged her to return to Paris to pursue a PhD, which she ultimately decided to do. Upon returning to Paris, Marie convinced Pierre to publish his research on magnetism, resulting in him earning his own doctorate and a promotion to professor at the University of Paris.
Nice.
The two were married on July 26th, 1895. So that's just a little bit about her background. Let's set the scene and what's going on in science for a little bit. So in the late 1800s, a couple of groundbreaking discoveries were happening that would influence Marie's and Pierre's research, not science. Wilhelm Röntgen had discovered X-rays in 1895, but no one understood the mechanism behind their production. In 1896, I don't know if it's pronounced Henry or Henri, and I don't even know how to say this line, Henri Becquerel discovered that uranium salts emitted rays that resembled X-rays as far as penetrating power went, but also that these new rays did not depend on an external source of energy and seemed to spontaneously come from the uranium itself. Marie was deeply influenced by these two discoveries, and she chose to focus her doctoral thesis in this field of research. She chose to closely examine samples using an electrometer, which was a device that Pierre and his brother had developed 15 years earlier. The sensitive device measured electric charge, and when Marie analyzed the uranium rays, she noticed that these rays seemed to make the air around the sample conduct electricity.
Electrometer.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
What did I say?
Electrometer.
Oh, well, you know, that's how it's written. Electrometer. She discovered that the activity of the uranium depended solely on how much uranium was present and hypothesized that the rays emitted were not caused by the interaction of molecules, but actually came from the atom itself. This was an important step in disproving the concept that atoms were indivisible. In 1897, the Curies had their first daughter, Irene, and Marie began teaching in order to support the family, or to help support the family. Despite this, both Pierre and Marie would conduct experiments and research in a converted shed next to ESPCI, that long-ass college name I'm not going to say again. This makeshift lab was not suited at all for conducting science experiments at all. It was poorly ventilated. It wasn't waterproof. ESPCI did not sponsor Marie's research either. She received subsidies from mining and metallurgical companies, as well as small amounts of funding from the government and other organizations. So basically, they just weren't helping her at all. She mainly studied two uranium materials called pitchblende and chalcocite. With her electrometer, not electrometer, she soon discovered that pitchblende was 4 times as active as uranium, and chalcocite was twice as active as uranium. Marie realized that if her previous hypothesis was correct, and that the amount of uranium directly influenced the amount of rays produced, then these two minerals both must have another substance that was more active than uranium. Her husband was fascinated by her work, and by the middle of 1898 had stopped his own work in order to help Marie. Having seen Henri Becquerel barely beat Sylvanus Thompson in publishing the discovery of radiation, Marie quickly realized the importance of rapid publication of any discovery she made. So she published her results and had her former professor and boss, Gabriel Lippmann, present her results to the Académie, is what it looks like it's spelled like. It looks like French version of Academy, on April 12th, 1898, which was basically the university people. Unfortunately for Marie, Gerhard Karl Schmidt had published his own findings in Berlin 2 months earlier. Marie only mentioned her hypothesis that there was an element more radioactive than the uranium in a very small sentence that was overlooked by all those who read her paper. But the Curies wasted no time in trying to identify and prove this element's existence. Within a few months, the Curies had published a paper in which they announced they had discovered a new element, which they called polonium, in honor of Poland. 6 months later, the Curies published the existence of a second new element, which they named radium. During this time, they also coined the term radioactivity. After these publications, the Curies set out to prove their discoveries beyond any doubt by isolating pure polonium and pure radium. It took over 10 years for Marie to finally isolate pure radium, but she was never able to isolate pure polonium because its half-life is only 138 days. If you don't know what a half-life is basically an element decays and it becomes, it loses so much energy that it is reduced. Its atomic number changes to half of so let's say it's thorium, which is radioactive. It will reduce, I don't remember what element it reduces into, but as it emits the radiation, it changes atomic mass, which is what the order of the periodic table is.
Mm-hmm.
So once it reaches its half-life, it's a completely different element. So it's really hard to get something if the half-life's only 138 days. It's all gone.
Makes sense.
Especially if you're having to get it from God knows where.
Yeah.
So in 1903, the Royal Swiss Academy awarded Marie and Pierre Curie, along with Henri Becquerel, the Nobel Peace Prize, the Nobel Prize in Physics for their joint research on radiation. Originally, the committee was only going to include Pierre Curie until one of the committee members informed Pierre, who fought for Marie's name to be added.
That is a good freaking man.
Marie was the first woman to ever win a Nobel Prize. The Curies originally declined to accept the award in person because they were too busy with their research, and Pierre just didn't like public ceremonies. I get it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, though, in 1905, the two did travel to Switzerland to accept the award and delivered the lecture that all winners are required to give.
Oh, man. If you win the Nobel Prize, you have to give a lecture?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh.
it would appear so. Hey, you got to do something to earn that money other than just, change the world.
Oh, man. Not good enough.
After winning the prize, the Curies were able to hire their first lab assistant. In addition, the University of Paris offered Marie Curie. I don't know what's going on with that damn camera. In addition, the University of Paris offered Marie Curie the role of chair of the physics department. Despite all the success, the Curies still were working out of that lab that's not waterproof and rinky-dink and run down. Pierre was finally able to convince the university to provide them with a lab, which was completed in 1906.
What have you been calling her husband?
I think I've been calling him Paris, but it's
Is that
Pierre.
Pierre?
It's Pierre.
I am 100% getting Marie. There's two, Marie Curie and
Pierre.
Pierre. Everything I've said has been Pierre. There's too many words that look the same, and I'm dyslexic, so.
Okay.
Pierre.
I was like,
Puree is what you get
this
when
is-
you mash up fruit. Oh,
that's
Lord.
a puree.
Oh, Lord God. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Tyler.
I don't know the English language. We thought Megan butchered the English language, y'all.
I just can't speak it.
I don't know it, apparently. Anyway,
Okay.
Pierre was able to convince the university. I feel so stupid. Pierre was able to convince the university to provide them with a lab, which was completed in 1906. Shortly afterward, Marie gave birth to their second daughter, Eve, and hired a Polish governess to teach her children Polish and to regularly take them on, and she regularly took them on trips to Poland. But
Marie took them on trips. for
yes,
the
Marie,
Okay.
yes. Sadly, just as things began to move on up for the Curies, Pierre was killed in 1906 in an accident as he was crossing a road during a rainstorm. He was hit by a horse and drawn carriage and was run over by its wheels, which fractured his skull.
Oh, no. Jesus.
Marie, not a good way to go. Marie was devastated by the loss of her husband. The university went on to offer her his position of department chair, which she took. Marie intended to create a world-class laboratory in memory of her husband. With the acceptance of his position, she became the first woman professor at the University of Paris. In 1911, the Royal Swedish Academy honored her again by awarding Marie the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the discovery, isolation, and study of the nature of the element radium. Oh, excuse me. Whiskey burps. Despite being awarded a second Nobel Prize, there was actually some controversy for Curie. After her husband's death, Marie had begun an affair with one of Paris. I hate this word, Pierre. So after her husband's death, Marie began an affair with one of Pierre's former students, a man who was married but estranged from his wife. The chair of the Nobel Committee did not want Curie to accept the award in person. However, Marie insisted saying that her scientific work and her personal life details were not related. She did get it in person. Curie was the first woman ever to win a Nobel Prize. She was also the first and one of only 2 people ever to have won or shared 2 Nobel Prizes.
Ooh. Who's the other person?
Linus, damn, you had to ask that.
Well, sorry.
He was Linus something or another. Linus Pauling. And this says 4, but all the research I could see. This says Frederick Sanger, Linus Pauling, John Bardeen, and Marie Curie, but all the other research I saw just said Marie Curie and Linus Pauling. So these may be 2 newer folks. So much of our lives today can be traced back to her research on radiation and radioactivity. She lived until 1934, and she continued to study and conduct experiments throughout her life. During World War I, Curie went on to serve as a radiologist in field hospitals, where she quickly realized the importance of having rapid X-ray capabilities for wounded soldiers and created mobile machines that could be used near the front lines. Mobile
That's so
X-ray
cool.
machines. As I'm sure both of you and probably many of our listeners are aware, that radiation is pretty lethal in large doses. It's
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Check out that episode.
What?
Chernobyl.
Oh,
Check out-
Chernobyl. Yes. I did not hear what y'all said. Yeah. So Marie would store vials of these radioactive minerals in her desk. She would carry them in her pocket. It wasn't known. This is groundbreaking research.
Yep.
On July 4th, 1934, Marie Curie died from aplastic anemia, a condition where the body does not produce enough blood cells. This is believed to have stemmed from her long-term unprotected exposure to radiation. Her bone marrow was probably damaged from this, which is where the creation of blood cells occur, and unfortunately, it could not create any more blood cells.
Yep.
But there's controversy. Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun.
Oh.
In 1995, the French government concluded that Curie was not killed by her work with radium, as radium is only lethal when ingested. Curie's death has since been attributed to exposure to radiation during her time as a radiologist during World War I.
Okay.
Personally, I think it's a combination of both. Because during my research, I came across several sources that mentioned to isolate pure radium, they would take a mortar and pestle and crush minerals that contained the element. I'm quite sure, having crushed rocks and minerals with a mortar and pestle before,
You're going to inhale
You're
it.
gonna
probably inhaled some.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty sure they didn't have hoods back then for
Yes.
ventilation. So
yep. So it is, I think it's a combination of both, personally. But was it a lethal amount? We'll never actually know. And that's the story of Marie and Pierre Curie. I cannot believe I've been saying puree for like half of the freaking episode. Ay.
That's all right. Couldn't let you go the entire time.
I appreciate that. You should have corrected me early on.
Trivia with Tyler.
All right. What kind of Tyler nugget do we have today?
Right now we have a not loading Tyler nugget. Let me see. Normally I picked those up before. Here we go. All right. This is a good one. This is the kind of useless trivia that I love to have. So, the word jazz is statistically the hardest word to guess in Hangman? It has to do with it being a short word, having only one vowel, and using J and Z, which are letters that people rarely guess in Hangman.
Tonight, when I get home,
Yeah.
I'm going to make Houston play Hangman with me. And I'm going to use jazz. And I will, in fact, I need to like write that down so I don't forget because I'm going to do that.
I think I might have to do that too.
Like,
Like I said, that's the type of knowledge I love to have, that little piece of trivia, because you never know when a game of Hangman might come up that you need to win.
yeah, right? Like it could be like a life or death situation.
Hangman.
Maybe not life or death, but like, maybe there's like I've got to go scoop the dog poop. I'll play you in a game of Hangman. Whoever loses gets to go scoop all the dog poop in the backyard. So,
All right. Well, I will report back to you guys next week if I remember and let you know if Houston could figure out the word jazz before he hung.
that one, the hung got me on that one. Nope, wrong one.
Opening the bottle.
Oh, wrong one, guys.
You were thinking so hard about it, too.
I was.
Final thoughts.
Oh, you guys get to experience all the mistakes with us.
Yep.
It's a journey.
We don't hide anything from you.
There's no editing in this podcast.
Well,
we die
very-
like men.
Very little. Yes, yes, we do. You get to hear, hey, we're human. We're human. We make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
So you get to
Some
hear
of
those
us
mistakes.
say Pierre or
Pierre.
Pierre. I'm sorry.
Pierre, yeah. Hey, look, her name rhymes, so his name ought to rhyme too. Damn it, I felt like it. We skipped mail time this week, y'all. No mail. Email us,
Please.
yes. So what have y'all have definitely drank a lot more than I have.
Yes.
So what have y'all thought about this?
I've liked it more as time has gone on. Was not my favorite when we first started out. But as we've gone on, I've kind of embraced the dryness of it, I guess. It hasn't been too bad. I haven't gotten any fruit or really anything along those lines. It's definitely still very dry, very oaky. There hasn't been a whole lot of flavor shift as time has worn on. So,
Did you try it with any water?
water? Nope. I guess I'll do that now.
You want to throw a drop in mine, please?
Sure. It can't. There you go. Oh, you got two.
That's fine. It'll just so for me, I meant to say this at the beginning when we were first talking about it, but with all the camera issues and everything, I forgot. That was the thing that I couldn't remember. This is a winter whiskey for me. This is something I want when it's cold outside.
I agree
Around-
with that one.
around
By
the holidays.
campfire or something.
Yeah, like I want it around the holidays. I want it. It's especially. I don't know how to describe it. It's just the warmth of it. I would use that warmth to my advantage. It'd be a good belly warming whiskey when it's cold outside.
The addition of the water makes it taste a little bit. Still don't taste the fruit, but I think it's more the caramel that's coming out.
Yes,
that
it tastes sweeter.
It tastes sweeter,
It
but
tastes
not fruit
sweeter,
sweet, but
right.
just candy sweet.
Candy sweet.
Candy sweet.
Definitely tastes candy
Yeah.
sweet with the water. I would highly recommend adding water to this whiskey because that has bumped up my rating by at least a point.
You know what? I think I can taste a little bit of that cherry at the end with the addition of the water. It's a sweeter, not candy,
Yep.
but fruit.
Yep.
I can definitely get the caramel.
Yeah.
Really big on the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
All right. This is one to have with an ice ball or
Mm-hmm.
a couple drops of water in it, guys.
Yeah.
For sure. That really enhanced the flavor. Amazing what a little bit of water can do.
And I mean, it's literally like, I don't know if you guys could see on the camera. I'm sure I might have gone behind the camera that's on Morgan. But I literally, it was 2 drops of
Yeah.
water. It's not like we're pouring anything
No,
in.
it's
Like,
literally
just
drop,
stick your
drop.
finger in a
Mhm.
drop of and put a drop off of it.
And a completely different flavor profile. Science is cool.
We like science.
We do.
Yes. Well, Tyler, I can say that you've done one of my topics.
What?
So-
Oh,
Yeah. So well, okay. Preface it by saying I didn't actually write anything on Marie Curie, but I had gotten a biography that I was going to read on her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So,
I figured she would be up your alley.
yep.
So that's why I said that earlier today.
Yes. You did not. It's not next week's.
Okay.
though.
Well,
So,
that's good.
but yeah, I can cross Marie Curie off my list. Now I just have that biography to read just to go for a more deep dive into
Yeah.
her life.
Whenever you finish with it, I'd be interested in reading it as well. She's, in my opinion, one of easily the top, I would say 5 to 10 scientists of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's-
She's boss.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't know if I could rank them all right now, but she's easily top 10, possibly top 5 even.
Yeah, definitely top 10.
All right. Well, let's get y'all's rating. What did y'all think of this whiskey?
Well, Morgan, you're a guest. Do you want to go first?
Yes, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll give it a 7 because I like that cinnamony, warm kind of spice. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I originally was going to go with a 6 until we added that water drop, which I said bumped up a whole point. So I'm also going to go with a 7.
Wow. For whatever reason, I was expecting you to go lower than that. I was expecting like a 4.5.
Really?
Yeah. You just didn't seem like you were thrilled with it, but the water droplet,
The water droplet
Mhm.
changed
it
a lot.
definitely changed it. But
And
you
like I
said
said,
it was only a point.
as I was going throughout the night, I liked it more. Initially, like very first sip, I was like, oh, this is going to suck. But no, I like it more now.
I just shot it. I got the cherry.
AA.
Yep. So, I wasn't blown away by this. Not the way I expected to be, truth be told. And I will admit there's another one in the cabinet in there that it's been like hyped up in my head, and I'm worried it's going to be a letdown. But we'll cross that bridge when we drink it. As far as this Four Roses goes, I think I'm going to have to go. It is something I would enjoy in the wintertime, but I can't see myself drinking it too much in the summer. So I think I'm going to go with a 6.
Okay.
We were all pretty close right there together.
Yeah.
2 7s and a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely a seasonal.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Definitely a wintertime whiskey.
Now, let's get down to some of the good stuff.
Yes. Are we going to pause? Because I don't know how to open this.
Oh.
Yes.
It's just got a,
Oh,
like,
it is a
pull
tab?
tab.
Okay, so
I'm going
this.
to let you open it. You got more experience with it. We're going to try this wine.
The wonderful wine made by friend Morgan and her husband. That looks fantastic.
Yes, it does. And that is an awesome, like, y'all do the waxing and everything
Yeah.
on it. That is
Mhm.
so
That's
cool.
so cool.
We have a little owl on our emblem.
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
I love it. I have
'Cause
owls
I love owls.
tattooed
Yeah.
on my back. I love owls. All right,
I'm so
super
excited.
Like, should we get new glasses?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah?
actually going to run and get some new glasses.
All right, should we pause? Like, let's pause.
You got keep it talking.
What? Okay.
I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Okay. So my favorite color is purple. And my favorite color is purple because I don't know, it's the color of royalty. It was a rare, hard color to make. I'm answering that question right now, Tyler.
Hey, well, it seemed like you were struggling with something.
Deep thought.
And yes, it's just pretty. I like that it's both a masculine and a feminine color combined.
You got. I don't know if you guys could hear it on the podcast, but I yelled from the other room. Megan was struggling for something to talk about, and I was like, "What's your favorite color?" And as I came back in the room, I said, "Why is it your favorite color?" But apparently, she was already answering that.
I was. All right,
I
I
brought
am.
another glass for you. I don't know if you want to have any of that or don't feel any pressure to.
I'm excited. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it smells heaven. It smells like Christmas.
Oh, wow.
It literally
It
smells
has-
like Christmas.
Orange, cinnamon. Oh, it
Let me
smells
know how-
so good.
Let me know how you guys like it.
Oh, I'm excited. All right, you taste first, Tyler. I'm so stoked.
Oh, man. Oh, that is so good. No. Don't. Damn camera.
My gosh, that I taste the agave syrup, the mango, the pineapple, all of it is just, I could pick out each individual flavor. This is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal wine.
Thank you. And when
wow.
it's chilled, it tastes a little bit different as well than warm.
Wow.
So definitely check it out then too.
Yes, for sure. I am going to fight Tyler for this bottle.
Like Kelly. I might be working on camera, but I can still hear what's happening.
I think, friend Morgan, you're going to have to give us another bottle because
Sure.
me and Tyler, we don't want to break apart the podcast because of wine.
We will regularly give you guys some.
Oh, you guys
So
are
good.
the best.
Yes, like this is
This is amazing.
amazing.
Thank you.
I'll
We've been
be
working
honest with you.
hard on.
I'm not even a huge wine person, and this is amazing. It doesn't even. The cinnamon is what to me sets it apart.
Yeah.
It definitely just
So good.
it reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah,
It
doesn't it?
really
Yeah.
does.
And our Christmas batch, when we have it, doesn't have the pineapple in it. It's very much more heavy on the cinnamon.
Really.
So, yeah.
I'm I definitely want to try that one.
And I don't want y'all to give away any of your trade secrets or anything, but like, what is the age time for something like this? Just
Oh, my goodness. That is a Daniel question. Usually quite a few months.
Okay.
Quite a few months.
okay. That is plenty fun. And
I
good
wanna
enough
say
answer for
maybe
me.
like half a year.
Wow.
Okay.
So like you guys would be your Christmas is already aging.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you've
so it's-
already it's already made and
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
oh.
That's all.
So we
Awesome.
have a few that I believe are like maybe 3 months or a little bit sooner, but
That
Wow.
is so
Yeah.
cool.
I'm looking forward to trying the
Mhm.
Christmas one.
and then
Yeah.
a few that we have aged like a year or so for different things.
Yeah. This is amazing. Like I am so impressed. Great job.
Thank you.
guys.
Yeah.
You guys
That's
did a fabulous
awesome.
job.
Yeah, and it tastes a little bit also different than a wine. So
Like
I wouldn't like not quite a mead, but it's
no.
definitely a category to itself. It seems.
It really is. It's I can tell like it's wine inspired.
Yeah.
But it's not it's not heavy like
Yeah.
a lot of wines are.
Mhm.
Like I typically can't drink a red wine just
Yeah.
because they're like heavy on my
Yeah.
tongue, but this is light and fruity and
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Excuse me, guys. I have 100% had the burps tonight. Yeah, I'm. This is so good. We're gonna have to figure out a way to split this. That's all I got to say on that.
I
Because I want some.
volunteer as tribute. I will let you have this one,
Oh,
and I will take home the next one that friend Morgan brings us.
Mhm.
okay. Well, friend Morgan, it has been wonderful having you on the podcast.
It
Thank
has.
you guys.
Thank you so
Yay,
much.
Finally on the podcast.
I know a little bit in our communications that You want to come back?
Yes, I
And
do.
We want to have you back.
Yes, I will.
100%.
Yes, thank
So-
you guys.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love it.
We're here every
Yay.
Sunday.
Yes.
Yep.
So
And not far from me.
absolutely. Next time, if you have something you want to teach us, just feel free.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'd
If you
love
want
to
to just
learn.
hang out in the pod chair and drink with us,
Sure.
that's
Thank you guys.
You're
I love
absolutely
it.
welcome as well.
yes, thank you. That was awesome having you on. You've been a supporter from the very beginning.
Yay.
So
Yes.
thank you.
We want to say thank you to all our supporters, especially Morgan and Daniel. Oops, I don't know if you specifically didn't say his name
I
earlier.
did.
or not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
Perfect.
you're good.
Well, we want to say thank you to both of them. All our other supporters. Guys, we really couldn't do this without you. I know tonight's been rough between the camera and the Pierre and
Fury.
whatever else screw ups I've had. It's just topping off my week, but it's still been fun. So
Yep. This makes our week end off on a good note every Sunday.
yep. So
So even though if we've had really bad weeks, at least before bed, Tyler and I can get together and hang out as friends and do this, and it makes Monday seem a little bit brighter.
it absolutely does. Just a little side note, I guess, real quick. So the last 2 weeks I've had have been kind of shit weeks on just
Life.
every end of the spectrum, and
Yeah.
Sundays I've been just in a shit mood.
Yep.
It's just, especially for me, just having to get back in the grind of it. Like, I feel like I didn't have any time this weekend, and now I got to turn around and get up at 5:30 in the morning. God damn it,
Mm-hmm.
And it just puts me in a bad mood Sunday afternoon. About 4:00, I kind of get to realizing that the last couple days, and the last 2 weeks doing this podcast has just melted all that away. So it really does make a difference us doing this, even if you guys don't think it does. Just doing it makes a difference for me personally. So.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah.
Have struggled with mental health my entire life, and this helps. Makes me feel, I don't know, useful. I guess I enjoy it. Lets me know I have friends and people who care. So
Absolutely. So everybody, thank you so much.
yes,
I guess.
thank you for listening. We got a little deep in there for a second.
Yep.
But thank you for listening. Thank you for following us and sponsoring us and joining us on our podcast journey. We hope to continue this for many, many more episodes.
Yeah, this was episode 50.
Mhm.
So
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
happy
50.
anniversary.
Yes.
yes,
Happy anniversary, guys.
Yay.
50
Yes.
episodes.
you thought we'd forget? I forgot.
September 23rd of 2020 was our first episode drop. So it has officially been a year of podcasting.
1 year.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank
We're
you.
glad to have you on for the 1 year
Yes.
anniversary episode.
Yes. That's
I love
awesome.
Listen,
Yeah.
I love listening to you guys every week. You guys are like, get me through work. I say that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yes.
That's hopefully we can do that. We can help make the workday go by a little faster, give you a little smile, and
Mhm.
maybe make you think a little bit and teach you
Yes.
something along the way, and make you go out on the way home from work and say, hey, I want to try that new whiskey,
Yeah.
If not, maybe we'll do all the other things, and if you don't drink, that's fine too.
Yep.
But
Amazing, guys. So contact us at contact@whiskeyandwonder.com. If you want to be part of the pod share and just come and hang out and drink like Morgan did, you're more than welcome.
yeah, you become one with the pod chair.
Yes.
Yes.
One with the pot.
I'm procrastinating because I don't want to stop drinking. I especially don't want to stop drinking the wine, but I have to drive, so I need to say goodbye.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we will see you next week for our 51st episode, and the first episode of our
Second year.
year of Whiskey and Wonder. So here is to many more years, guys. Thank you so much. Don't drink and drive. Cheers.